What's up, friends, family, and frenemies? It is I, Dr. Shonna, with our Friday night special, and we're going to be talking about chucks and pearls. So let me just, you know what, guys, y'all gotta forgive me. You have to forgive me. I don't have my notes, so I need to exit this. So y'all just come on through. Maybe I can throw in some music. No, I might get flagged on YouTube, so we're not going to throw any music. Why don't you guys just take your time, come on through? I'm going to go get my notes because my notes are very important for us to have this discussion. So in the meantime, while I'm stepping out to go get my notes, or maybe I can text my son and tell me come get my notes. That might be smarter for me to do. But in the meantime, I want you guys to go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Share the video with your friends, your family, and your frenemies. Subscribe to the channel and hit the little notification bell so that you can know when I am live. Most importantly, family, engage, engage, engage. I love every last one of you guys. We're about to get it popping. As you know, people like the members of my audience, the members of the channel, will get most of their comments highlighted, right? And others will be highlighted too, sporadically. But I'm going to do that. Just give me a second while I tell my son to bring my notes. I forgot the notebook. But we're going to have this great discussion. And we're going to talk about the chucks and pearls, right? So I'm glad that you guys are all here. Shout out to all my members that are coming through. I love every last one of my members. I see Sid is on here. Sid, I know I owe you a phone call. I am going to give you a phone call, brother. I just been researching and trying to make sure I can get on this live today because it's Friday. And y'all know Friday is all about mental health. So I want to give you guys some disclaimers that we can all contend with. And if not, just put on your armor. Go ahead and put on your Teflon vest and your Teflon shield because some shots are going to be fired. I just want to give you guys the truth that shots will be fired tonight. I'm going to try to do so kindly without stepping on too many toes. But as y'all know, it's okay. I don't mind if I step on some toes because I'm not here to be liked and loved. That is not why I'm here. So I understand that that's going to happen. And there's always going to be casualties of war. So I'm giving you guys some of the disclaimer because I think it's important for us to really have this conversation that there will be casualties. There will be casualties of war. And we got to be able to be all right with that, especially the times that we are in right now with everything that's going on. With everything that's going on, we are in some serious times. Is a little book is white books with folks that should be at the bar. We're at the bar where you drink. Just go to the bar, whether behind the bar, go to the kitchen. Just look for it. It's out there. Sorry about that, guys. We're gonna have to step on some toes. I see our Facebook family is on. So let's go ahead and give a shout out to all the Facebook family because I love using this streaming app. Y'all just gonna have to bear with me till my son go ahead and get the notes. But this is a great time for y'all go ahead and get y'all drinks. If y'all have any drinks, even if it's just water or some tea, some coffee, I want you to get your notes, your paper and your pencil because we have to really sit down and have this conversation, right? We have Elena. Elena is somebody who is really great on this channel. I got to give you a torch, but I need to be able to bring you up on my phone, sister, in order to give you a torch. So I know I'm going to be able to do that because you've been rocking with me for a long time and you always keep it 100. So, oh, you do have a torch. So no need to give it to you. Good. I'm glad you have one. So listen, I gave you guys all my disclaimers. Unfortunately, my son is taking too long. And I don't think my book is in here. It's not. Oh, come here, Jace. I found it. We do that as parents, right? We be like, go on and look. If you take your eyes out your ass and look for it, you want to find it. And then we find it in our spot. We are terrible as parents, right? We be like, go on back there and look. Especially as mothers, we be crazy with it. We be telling them, it's right where I put it. If you look for it, you'll find it. Jace, come here and get it. Jace. Oh my God. I'm just going to get it myself. Y'all stay right here. Okay. We are terrible as parents, aren't we? I'm sorry, family. We are just terrible as parents. We can have the remote control sitting right next to us, and we would tell our kids to come get that damn remote control, and it's right next to us. Terrible. I just realized I am my mother. Ooh, I have to step back. I'm just like, come over here and get this damn book for me. It's right there, and I wanted him to get it because I didn't want to get up and leave my family here. But that's okay because y'all love me and I love y'all too. So let's go ahead and get started because I got it. Yo, we talking about chucks, the chucks and pearls. So family, have y'all seen all the news clippings out there? I want y'all, let me play some news clippings for y'all. Y'all know how I do. I like to bring it up because I don't want y'all to think that I'm making this stuff up. And I always train the eye, my eye, and I hope you guys are doing the same thing that I am doing, but I always train the eye, my third eye, to really pay attention what's being pushed upon us, right? So you got to really understand that when the media is covering something back to back to back, and they all have the same talking points, and this is the only thing that has become like the big news, we have to really pay attention to these kind of things, right? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play at least 2 clips, not back to back, but 2 clips with the different news coverage that I want you guys to be able to watch. So let me just go ahead and get this started. I got this one queued up. Let me go ahead and share the screen because we have to understand what is really at play here, family. And I don't think that many of us are at really understanding what is at play. And what I mean by that is when you have the media constantly covering things back to back, we think that it's news and we think that it's information. They get stuff out there, but that really isn't it. There's a message that is being said. There's a reason why they're doing these things. So I want us to really pay attention why every station was covering this. But then ladies, I'm talking to the ladies for just a second. At the end of this video, maybe not all of us, but I do want us to just think critically. We don't have to agree with me. We don't have to agree with each other. But what we should be doing, we should be having ourselves in a position where we can analyze something from both perspectives, see it from both angles. Some of us, we get all in our feelings and in our bag. And when we're in our feelings, we are unable to analyze what is happening. And we will never see it for what it is. We won't see it as exploitation. We won't see it as propaganda. We won't see it as something deeper than what it really looks like on the screen. We're just so excited. We're so excited and we're not really paying attention to what is happening. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video. I want you to look at this video.
Okay, either way you see it, tomorrow will be a history-making day. Oakland's own Kamala Harris sworn in as vice president. She will be the nation's first female, first Black and South Asian American vice president. NBC Bay Area's Chris Sanchez joins us live from Washington, D.C. I know the VP has a big fan group that you caught up with. It must be a historic moment to be there, but a strange moment to be there because of the climate that we're in.
Oh, Jess, this is so strange. I mean, I came here to Washington, D.C. for the first time on a school trip to see government in action. This is nothing like what our kids see when they come to Washington, D.C., which is a sad thing, but hopefully things will turn around. We did meet up with some women who came here even knowing that security was going to be all out in force. They came from South Carolina and from Missouri because they say that they wanted to see Kamala Harris take that oath of office.
It's your spirit, and she'll feel all of this. She'll feel my sadness. She'll feel my joy.
All right, Jess, I want you to check out what they're wearing. They're wearing chucks and pearls in honor of what Kamala Harris wore on the campaign trail. They wanted to be here in D.C. to show support for this administration, but they also want to show support for a peaceful transfer of power. They won't be able to get close, though. There is a perimeter of scale-proof fencing around the U.S. Capitol and most major landmarks, and there are more than 25,000 National Guard troops and airmen here, along with law enforcement from as far away as San Diego, patrolling city streets with heavy firepower. Maria Butler, there on the left, served in the Army for 6 years. She says she's never seen anything like this before. All three friends say they are feeling hopeful and heartbroken at the same time.
It just saddens me, and I get upset.
Yeah.
You know, I do. I get upset because I don't want my country to be like this. This is the best country in the world. This is the seat of our democracy, and democracy will always win. This is not one of those third world nations where we have to have lockdowns and walking around with rifles and all of that crap. That is not America. It is not America, and we're going to bring America right back.
Their outfit certainly a nod to the vice president. Are they at all worried about what the day is going to be like, the potential for violence, and how close can they get? Will they actually be able to see anything, or are they just there to feel the presence?
Well, where we are right now is the hard perimeter for the vehicle zone. So beyond this point, there are no vehicles. People can walk a little bit closer, but they're not going to get close enough to see anything really. But they say that it is still worth it to be here. And we went through security checkpoints with credentials from the Secret Service and from the Presidential Inaugural Committee. And even with that, we had to empty out the car, put all the gear on the ground, bomb sniffing dogs. The equipment all went through the X-ray machine. And we were, asked several times who we were to show our credentials. So there's not a chance that somebody from the public is going to make it inside without being found and rerouted back out.
And Chris, one of the big things of going to some of these events is, it's such a historic moment. We always see people from the Bay Area heading over there. They want to be a part of it. They want to resonate. Any luck finding anybody from the Bay Area, especially because they told people not to go to Washington?
Exactly. I'm here with Robbie Beeson, who went for us to the Olympics and to the Super Bowl. It's always so easy to find Bay Area people, so proud to, be participating in some big event. And we know that they're here. We've had contact with them, text messages, but because of all the roadblocks, it's hard to navigate around here, and it's hard to catch up with people. But I do know that there is a Palo Alto dad who is an acquaintance of mine. He's here. His board.
So let's go ahead and stop that for a second. I want y'all to pay attention, right? I want y'all to pay attention. I hope it's okay, family, that I have to have my notes today because I don't want to lose focus of this conversation. So my notes are with me. I expect for you guys to have your notes as well, have your pen and paper. We got to really pay attention to all the things that matters and all the things that we caught. So I want you guys to really analyze what was happening with these two women covering this story. Before you focus on the black woman, because we're gonna get onto the black women in a second. But what are your thoughts? And I'm seeing this here, what some of you guys are saying. But what are you guys' thoughts about the two women covering the story? And I don't know, maybe some of us are too sensitive. Maybe some of us read into it way too much than what we need to. But it seemed like when they talked about the chucks and pearls, there was a chuckle, right? There was a little chuckle. And I don't think that chuckle was a chuckle of admiration. And if y'all need me to play that again, let me know what y'all need. And if you want me to play it again, just say, Doc, play that again. I'll put it back on. But it seemed like a chuckle. I didn't look at it as admiration whatsoever, right? That's not how I saw it. And maybe you guys saw it that way, but that's not what I saw, right? And somebody saying, honestly, I didn't even pay attention to them. You always pay attention to the host. See, because anything else is just emotion. Nothing is done by accident. You always want to pay attention to the host because the host leads the conversation. The host highlights what they want to point out. The host is the one that forms the narrative or frames. That's what I should say. The host is what frames the narrative. So Candace Brown wants me to play it again. I'm going to go back and I'm going to play it again, right? I'm going to play it again because I want you guys to really pay attention to what's happening here. Okay, so Jamaica, I'm going to play that again. Give me 1 second, family. So let me just go back up. So everyone is saying, play that again, play that again. Thank you so much for the donation, family. So let me just make sure I can go ahead. Give me a second, family. I'll run that back because I love receipts. I love recordings. We get to play this sucker over and over again. Let's run this back. And I want y'all initially, because then I'm going to go back and we're going to look at the Black women, but we got to do these things in order and with structure. Okay, so we're going to go back. We're going to play it again. And I want y'all just to focus on the hostess. That's it. Just for now, we got to be able to train our brains to break things down because every force, especially media, is a form of propaganda.
The way you see it, tomorrow will be a history-making day. Oakland's own Kamala Harris sworn in as vice president. She will be the nation's first female, first Black and South Asian American vice president.
Let's stop right there. She's going to be the first female Black and American Southeast Asian, something like that. So they have all these titles where race doesn't matter. Allegedly, in this country, right? Because remember, they push race neutral policies. Remember, come on, family, y'all gotta wake up. Remember, when we bring up race, it's a matter of why are you talking about race? It's not about that. We've moved so far beyond that. Do we still have work to do? Absolutely. This is not about race. We are all one. If we all function as one in our society, we can do so much more. We are American. So why could they not just say that she was the first female vice president? Wouldn't that be true as well? Come on, family, y'all got to wake up. You got to wake up. Wouldn't that be relative as well? Wouldn't it also be true that she is the first female VP? So you have to ask yourself critical questions. Critical questions. Why are they pointing out her race if we are all American? Let's go back. Pay attention, family. Take your notes. Don't take my word for it. Don't analyze it through my perspective. Look at it through your own. Understand America. Understand America.
NBC Bears Chris Sanchez joins us live from Washington, D.C. I know the VP has a big fan group that you caught up with. It must be a historic moment to be there, but a strange moment to be there because of the climate that we're in.
Stop right there, family. We got to analyze it. We got to break it down. I just want y'all to know this is not going to be a short show today. So y'all really got to get comfortable. Y'all really got to go get your pajamas, go get your popcorn, go get your tea, your wine, your vodka. I don't care what you have. Go and get it because we're going to sit down. We're going to unpack this before I get into the discussion. But don't worry. We have to unpack it so you can understand the discussion at a deeper level. I see that you caught up with the fan base. Is a strange place to be right about now. The fan base, and it's a strange place to be right about now. See, on the surface, you guys will say, well, you know, they are fans of Kamala. Fans, not citizens. Not that you caught it with some citizens who are coming to support Joe Biden and Kamala Harris at the inauguration. Not that you caught it with some citizens. You came for, you caught it with some fans. I'm just trying to say, family. I'm just trying to say. So I want to stop right there for just a moment. We're gonna go on, but just a moment. Thank you for the donation, family. Thank you for the donation coming all the way from where Super Sticker. Thank you for the donation. Here it is. Caught up with it. Fans. Well, what are the people that we normally identify as fans, right? Who are the people that are normally identified as fans? I didn't know the VP was a celebrity. No, not constituents, Mary E. not constituents. We ain't all working together. Y'all better pay attention to America. America don't make no mistakes when they do stuff like this. This is not by accident, right? That's right, Ida. Entertainers have fans. I didn't know that the leaders of the free world had fans. Choice of words are terrible. But you got to understand, because wording plays on the mind. Wording sets a picture of the storyline. It leads the narrative. It also makes room for the disrespect. Hello? When you play it down, it makes room. It gives leverage for the disrespect that will follow. I know some of y'all are sleeping. That's okay. Stay asleep. I'm going to wake y'all up real quick. Stay asleep. But do understand that wording matters. Linguistics, language, it all matters. Fans. So let's go ahead and see what they're saying about the fans. Let's go back, y'all. Right? The subliminals. That's right. That's right, Mika. Let's go back. Let's go back, family.
Oh, Jess, this is so strange. I mean, I came here to Washington, D.C. for the first time on a school trip to see government in action. This is nothing like what our kids see when they come to Washington, D.C., which is a sad thing, but hopefully things will turn around. We did meet up with some women who came here even knowing that security was going to be all out in force. They came from South Carolina and from Missouri because they say that they wanted to see Kamala Harris take that oath of office.
It's your spirit, and she'll feel.
I'm going to stop right there. Let's stop right there for just a second. This one's going to be a brief second. The first one, the white woman, come on, I'm calling it how I see it. Be in your feelings if you want to. The white woman called them fans. Sanchez, I don't know if she's Filipino. I don't know if she's Latino. I don't know what she is. You just never know. Asian, I don't know what she is. She could be Filipino or Taiwanese. I don't know what she is. But she said, I caught it with some women. So are they women or are they fans? Are they women? That's why somebody said microaggressions. Microaggressions. This is the stuff that we contend with every goddamn day. Microaggressions. This is Mental Health Fridays, baby. Y'all know I do Mental Health Fridays. If y'all not here for it, step aside. Step aside, because this is what we're talking about. We got to wake up as a community. We got to wake up as a community. Let's go on now.
Your spirit, and she'll feel all of this. All of this she'll feel. She'll feel my sadness. She'll feel my joy.
All right, Jess, I want you to check out what they're wearing. They're wearing chucks and pearls in honor of what Kamala Harris wore on the campaign trail. They wanted to be here in D.C. to show support for this administration, but they also want to show support for a peaceful transfer of power. They won't be able to get close, though. There is a perimeter of scale-proof fencing around the U.S. Capitol and most major landmarks, and there are more than 25,000 National Guard troops and airmen here, along with law enforcement from as far away as San Diego, patrolling city streets with heavy firepower. Maria Butler, there on the left, served in the Army for 6 years. She says she's never seen anything like this before. All three friends say they are feeling hopeful and heartbroken at the same time.
It just saddens me, and I get upset.
Yeah.
You know.
Wait. I know y'all don't like me to be petty. I know y'all don't like me to be petty, but I need to have a petty moment. Is that okay? I need to just have a petty moment. I gotta be petty for just a second. Just a second. I promise it won't be too long. But ladies, sisters, because we love each other. We love each other. We need to get it together when we're gonna be on camera. That's just how I feel. I think that we should present a certain way. Like, I feel some kind of way when you get in like that, crying in front of certain people that, you know, y'all read between the lines. I can't say everything because, you know, I get flags on YouTube because I got a whole bunch of haters that watch my channel and they flag me constantly. But I feel some kind of way about it. I think that when we go in front of certain cameras with certain populations and certain people, we got to stop being so trusting that everybody has our best interests at heart. Let me tell you something about these news people, right? Let me tell you something about these news people. That is probably not the only people they got to speak for the news. So y'all got to understand how propaganda positions itself and how it works. They are not the only people that they got to position themselves in front of the camera to talk about this inauguration. They are not the only people. Do you think it's by accident that they selected those 3 women? Oh, I can't tell you that that's a he, Queen D. And if with respect, with all due respect, if he is a he and he identifies as a she, to each his own, I'm going to call him a she. That's just how I am. But you guys get to do what you want to do. It don't bother me if she want to be a he and he want to be a she. I'm gonna call them whatever they want to identify with. That's what. Okay, but what I'm saying to you, the discussion isn't about sexuality. The discussion isn't about gender. It isn't about sex. It isn't about any of that. The discussion is about why did the media select those 3 women? Why? Why? Yes, tea time. Tea time. It was a hot mess. Yes, I'm going to be petty, but it was a hot mess. Let's go back to the hot mess. I'm sorry. Y'all got to just tell the truth what it is. I'm going to tell the truth. It was a hot mess. A hot mess. Wasn't even put together correctly. A hot mess. I'm being petty. I'm done being petty. I'm done. This is too much for me. This is too much.
I do. I get upset because I don't want my country to be like this. This is the best country in the world. This is the seat of our democracy. And democracy will always win. This is not one of those third world nations where we have to have lockdowns and walking around with rifles and all of that crap. That is not America. It is not America. And we're going to bring America right back.
Their outfit certainly a nod to the vice president. Are they at all worried about what the day is going to be like, the potential for violence, and how close can they get? Will they actually be able to see anything, or are they just there to feel the presence?
Woo! Shots fired, baby. Shots fired. Did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch that? Are they just there to feel the presence? Because y'all some emotional Black women. Y'all some emotional Black women. You went all the way down there with your chucks and your pearls to be in the cold and can't even see the inauguration. You had to be home watching it like everybody else because y'all some emotional Black women. That's the message my ears heard. I don't know what you heard, but that's what I heard, right? That's what I heard, right? Emotional. So I already set the scene. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted y'all to understand that this is trending everywhere. This is trending everywhere. And the only women that they're showing are Black women with all of their emotions. They're saying that she is the first female vice president, right? And of course, they put the racial titles on it. And she's representing all women, and then they throw in of color. Oh, shots fired. So what are you saying exactly? What are you saying exactly? And all the women, you can go ahead to YouTube and watch all the news articles. I mean, all the news clips. Watch all the news videos on YouTube. They're all seeing predominantly Black women and some Latina women in there, but primarily there's Black women. But she's supposed to be the representation of all women. She's supposed to be the representation of all women of color. So where are the Asian women? Where are the Southeast Asian women? Y'all better pay attention. Y'all better pay attention. Y'all better pay attention. Listen to language. And that's all I want y'all to do is start paying attention to language. Right? Pay attention to language. You don't got to sit down and study and read books and read articles like I do, but you got to pay attention to what they're saying here. One of the videos, they said that this is truly a sign of a glass ceiling shattering with hills. And they say these little things up, right? Yes, I for profit, right? Right? This is glass shattering, right? Glass shattering. This is what they're saying, family, for heels. So I had to ask myself, and I'm going to ask y'all, glass shattering. The ceiling is glass shattering with heels. What does that mean? What does that mean? I want y'all to tell me, family. What does that mean? Right? We get so excited. We start saying these things. This came from a Black woman's mouth. So I'm asking the Black women. What does that mean? Come on, family. I'm waiting for y'all to tell me. The statement says this is truly the sign of a glass ceiling shattering with heels. Right? Come on, family. This is an interaction webinar, right? An interaction vlog. We're talking here. Right? I want y'all to tell me. Look at what William Mabin is saying. Okay, so here's one person. Blue is saying now a woman can become president. All right, now, I want y'all to listen to that. Now you're saying a woman can become president. Well, don't we already have female presidents? This symbol has went out all across the world, but don't female presidents already exist? Come on, family. Come on, family. Talk to me because I'm about to show y'all. Come on. Right? Right? So let's go on that. Because first of all, we want you to know in Sri Lanka, there was a female president in 1960. In Argentina, there was a female. I'm not putting race on anything. I'm just pointing out female leaders, presidents, prime ministers, depending on what role they play in that country in terms of being a leader of the country. They have different titles for them. But 1960 Sri Lanka, we had 1974 Argentina, we had 1980 in Iceland. We have African. Let me see. Y'all getting me excited over here. Let's go ahead and share this screen. Hold on a second, family. Let's go ahead because we got to talk about the African female presidents, right? There's a list of female African presidents, right? This one here, the first one, Sylvie, is up to 1993. Ivy, this is her right here, 2005. Ellen Johnson, very popular one, of Liberia, very popular, 2018. From 2006 to 2018, from 2006 to 2018. Do the math. Don't take my word for it. Rose Francine over here from 2009, right? October to June, she was sitting in. Agnes, we got her from 2012 to 2015. We got Joyce Hilda, right, from Malawi, from 2012 to 2014. We got Catherine Samba, right, from 2014 2016. We have Amina from 2015 to 2018. This is another popular one here. Saleh is from October 2018 to the present, right? And we have that. Here it is. Africa's first elected female president to train wave of women leaders. Liberia's trailblazing former president, Ellen Johnson. She was so popular. Y'all don't know about Ellen Johnson? Very popular woman. Will launch a plan on Sunday to help other African women reach the top of a continent dominated by male heads of state. I want y'all to pay attention to that. Male heads of state. Pay attention to that. I'm going to say it one more time. She's going to help other African women reach the top of a continent, not of her country, of a continent, the whole damn continent of Africa, dominated by male heads, plural, of state. Johnson, a Nobel Peace Prize laureate, became Africa's first elected female head of state in 2006 and stepped down in 2018 in the war-scarred West African state's first peaceful democratic transition in 7 decades. We are creating this wave of women who are ready to take high-level leadership positions in society, and they're going to do it unabashedly. They're going to go for it intentionally. After many years of trying to ascend to the top leadership positions, I had the experience of how difficult it is for women. So I'm going to stop right there, because this is the theme that's being played. And they're telling us that we can do this. We can do this, and we can take over. We can take over. So the question that I have for you guys, again, critical thought questions. There's so many more people I can go on for who are in positions of power. But a critical thought question I want y'all to really think about is, out of all these countries, I just showed you guys all the African female leaders, right? In Ethiopia, we currently have a female leader. In Greece, currently. Bolivia, currently. Slovakia, currently. The French Georgia, not Atlanta, Georgia, but the French part of Georgia, current. The Prime Minister of Barbados, right? Trinidad Tobago, aka TNT, currently. Come on, Astoria, currently. Nepal, currently. Germany, the Chancellor is a female. So the critical thought question I have for you, family, is, out of all these countries I just named, including all the leaders I went down in Africa, what's the condition of the women? Are the women taking over? Are the women taking over? Have the women overthrown the male heads of state? Who's afraid? Felicia said they don't count those countries as important countries. They're more afraid of a black woman like Kamala Harris being our president of these here in the United States. I'm glad you said that, Felicia. I want you to remember what Felicia said. Everybody remember what Felicia said, because we're going to challenge that thought. We're going to challenge that thought, right? Right? We're going to challenge that thought. So let's go ahead. Let's go back and just finish the discussion. I want y'all to remember what Felicia said. And it's okay. Felicia's entitled to her opinion, but we are going to challenge that point. They are afraid of a black woman. Oh. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you, Felicia. I'm really not. I'm not laughing. I'm just chuckling, because we have to really unpack things, right? We have to really unpack things. I got to be able to say this, and I'm chuckling because here's what I want you to know. As long as there is European colonization, women, hear what I'm saying, will not truly be in power. We will have symbolism and tokenism. Not even Barack was in power. Y'all like to think Barack was in power. Not even Barack was in power. They let him know that he wasn't even invited. Right? Didn't they as you guys would say, this is not what I say because I read, but I'm just going to use everyone else's word. Thank you for that, Sid. This is what you guys would say, that everything that he tried to do, they blocked. Everything that he tried to do, they stopped it. That is what is often said in our community. But no one ever thinks about why. Why? Like, do we just think that we wake up one day and European colonization goes away? I mean, have we traveled around the globe? Have we gone to other countries outside of our own and see the heavy presence of the colonization of the European? Have we not seen it in every country? Sid is saying it's symbolic because as soon as they passed H.R. 5, thus replacing women with gender identity in the Civil Rights Act of 1964, oh, that's already on the way. That's already on the way. I know you saw the news That's already happening. But we already know. Women's rights will be set back 60 years. They rolled out these women's symbols to cut women off HR 5. How many of y'all know about HR 5? How many of y'all know about HR 5? Right? Scorpio saying they let us know he wasn't in power. Right? Right? Vanity says patriarchy will remain. Right? A lot of people don't know about HR 5. I need you guys to go ahead and look it up. Look it up. I'll do another video, and it's not a part of this video, but I'll do a video on HR 5. Y'all got to take your time and research. People perish. Why? Why do people perish? Right? You got to understand, as long as there's European colonization, women will not truly be in power. It'll be nothing but symbolism and tokenism. And what's so interesting is, and this is why they're making news out of this, because here it is, black women are giving more power to the vice president, Kamala Harris, over the president. And that's not by mistake. See, we gotta look at what is happening here. We have to truly understand how we are pawns on the chessboard. And I always say it to the family. Listen, family, I always say, you got to know your position. You don't want to be a pawn on the chessboard. You got to up your game. And as long as you are a pawn, we will remain bottom cast in the system. Right? So what am I saying here? There is no mistake, Felicia, I'm getting excited, Felicia, but I don't want you to take my passion as an attack toward you, because it is not. It's not toward you, Felicia. But there is no mistake, Miss Felicia, why Kamala did not win the presidency. They were not intending for Biden to lose, but he did. And then they went back and they analyzed the numbers. And they listened to the conversations that we all were having publicly, and they see how divided we are as a community. Now, again, this is all my perspective, but I want y'all to go ahead and challenge me, because y'all gotta take everything into account. Stop getting so used to just things, what they're presenting to you as it is. You gotta unpack it and ask why and how. Everything has to be unpacked. She didn't win presidency, but they see how excited Black women were and how divided we were as a nation, a Black nation, that is. We were at each other's throats, and they seen how people was making video out of video. I mean, it was popping when she was running for presidency. It was popping. Our discussions among our so-called community was popping, right? And then they know that the older people, like my boomers and stuff, right, in the silent generation, the older people, they were more comfortable with Biden. And they were making excuses for his bad behavior. And so there was an argument or a debate going on in our community. People were bringing up Kamala's past. People were bringing up Biden's past. And then we had to push back from the people that were saying, erase all of that. People in our community, it don't matter. Erase all of that. If we're going to get this man out the chair, we got to pull together. Wasn't it a perfect strategy to put those two together? Wasn't it a perfect strategy for her to step down? And then they allow him to pick her up? Ooh, you want to talk about symbolism. You want to talk about symbolism. That is not an accident. There was no accident why Barack Obama became president. See, we tend to think we did that. We always like to say that. Oh, we put them in the presidency. They were propped up in front of us because they knew we would bite. But it didn't change any of their agendas. They needed to change the color of the man so that other policies and laws And right, come on, family. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Those who have been with us for a long time on these channels, y'all know what we're talking about. Y'all already know what agenda. Y'all already know what agenda had to get pushed through. And they needed somebody of diversity to push the agenda through. I don't know why people don't understand this. Right? I don't understand why we always think that this is so great. This is world history. I don't understand it. Because we're not political. We're not political, and we don't like to see ourselves as being tokens. We don't like to see ourselves as being a form of symbolism. That bothers us. That bothers us. Right? That bothers us. So what is symbolism, family? Somebody said, what agenda? Y'all better help Elizabeth out. Help Elizabeth out. My channel got to stay active. Thank you for joining the community, DB. We got a new member to the channel. Thank you so much for joining the community. Right? Y'all gotta help her out. I can't tell it. Y'all gotta tell her. I can't tell it. I'll get flagged. Right? Y'all better look up HR 5. See, that's what happened. That's what happened. No, it's all right. It's all right, Elizabeth. I want them to tell you. I'm not saying that I don't want to tell you. It's just certain things I can't say over the air. Right? So you gotta read the comments. Certain things I can't say. But we all know what the agenda is. We all know what's happening here. Right? We understand it. We know what's happening here. It ain't a surprise for us. It ain't a surprise for us. Tokenism and symbolism. So what is symbolism? Right? Easier said, or simply said, symbolism is something that communicates deeper ideas, deeper agendas, without having to verbally state them. That's what symbolism is. When they want to get across an idea, a belief system, a new world order, they use it through symbolism. And we bite it. We bite the apple. Right? We bite the apple. Look at symbolism as this way. Let me break it down for you guys. Here's a symbolism. Don't get in your bag. I'm just giving you guys an example. That's all I'm doing. Don't start trying to derail the conversation. Don't get caught up on trigger words and your emotions start to take over and it overpowers your critical thought process. Because this is about critical thinking. So let's not allow our emotions to get so wrapped up that we lose our intelligence. But I'm going to break down an example just to help paint the picture of what symbolism is looking like for us right now. Kamala is a Black woman, but she isn't truly a Black woman in the eyes of power forces. Sit on that for a second. Let me start right there. I'm going to say it again because I'm going to break down the layers of symbolism and I'm going to use examples. And this is an example. Kamala Harris is a Black woman, but she isn't truly a Black woman in the eyes of power forces. Let me give you a little story. Let me give you a story. Because I'm going to continue with the symbolism and the layers. But let me give you a different perspective. So I was working with a Korean client. Thank you for that donation. Thank you for that donation, Sid. I was working with the Korean client. And she was telling me that her mother told her to go after this certain surgeon. Said that he was available, he was divorced now, and he's handsome. And so my Korean client said to me, she got surprised and she looked at her mom and she said, but he's Black. And the mother argued with her that he was not Black. The mother said, no, he's not. He's not Black. And she said, Mom, then what is he? The mother said, he's white. She said, no, Mom, he's Black. I don't have a problem with it. Do you? He's Black. So the mother said, but he's not Black. It's okay. Trying to push her daughter to talk to the surgeon. So she says to me, I don't know if you allow me to, because we're over virtual when we're having this conversation. She said, I don't know if you allow me to, but can I show you the picture of this person? And maybe my eyes is playing tricks on me. I said, go ahead and do what you want to do. So she puts the picture in front of the phone. The guy was clearly black, as all day. Kinky hair and all. Handsome, black guy, surgeon, makes some serious money in the state of Jersey. And she said, well, why does my mom think he's white? So I told her I wanted her to read a quote by Dr. James Baldwin that said, black is a condition and white is a mindset. And then we're going to discuss it at our next session. She never picked up a James Baldwin book in her life. She never read anything about James Baldwin a day in her life. She never listened to any of YouTube videos about James Baldwin a day in her life. But when she did, she said, I understand what is going on here. So you got to understand what symbolism looks like, right? You got to understand that when power is at play, when economics is at play, they can automatically tell you who's black and who's not. There's nothing tied to being black. There's no lineage tied to being black. There's no culture tied to being black, because black is not flat. We have made it out to be flat. We have invited everybody into the flatness of being black. But if you really unpack it, there's so much diversity in our community, and everyone should be entitled to call themselves as they please. Nigerians, when they come over here, they say they're Nigerian, right? Jamaicans say they're Jamaican. But when they come over here, if you want to get ahead, just claim black. Flatten it out. If you want a grant, claim immigrant. If you want a higher status, claim immigrant. Oh, y'all don't like it. That's okay. Y'all ain't got to like it. Let's go on about symbolism. The next symbol, to black women, Kamala represents strength and solidarity. Right? That's what the black women were saying when I was watching these different interviews, and I was listening to what they're saying in the interviews. Right? Saying watching an inauguration is just the beginning of women in leadership. Women have been in leadership. Sotomayor, isn't she a Supreme Judge? She in leadership. Women have been in leadership. Wasn't Hillary Clinton head of state or some Senate or whatever the big title she had? Women have been in leadership. Right? But to black women, that's the symbol that Kamala presents for them. Everything is about symbolism. To white men, hear me out, y'all. To white men, Kamala represents access to more power because of her ability to influence oppressed populations simply by being black. Sid is saying they are also pushing democracy reform, which is their grand scheme to have foreigners voting in the U.S. elections. 2020 was the, I don't know what you meant there, election our votes counted in. Oh, the last. 2020 was the last elections our votes counted in, but our votes didn't count then either. It's coming from Sid. Did y'all hear what I said about what Kamala Harris represents for black men? I mean, for white men? Did y'all hear what I said? I'm going to say it again. We're talking about symbolism. We're breaking down symbolism. In one aspect, Kamala is black, right? That's the first thing I said. Kamala is a black woman, but she isn't truly a black woman in the eyes of power forces. First form of symbolism. Second is to black women, she represents strength and solidarity. Third form of symbolism, to white men, she represents access to more power because of her ability to influence oppressed populations simply for being black. The fourth form of symbolism is to white women, she represents a threat, period. Oh. Did I step on some toes? Did I step on some toes? pardon me, wipe off your chucks and straighten your pearls. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. And if you didn't hear me, I said to white women, she represents a threat. History hasn't changed yet. History hasn't changed yet. And I know white women don't like to be pointed out about how they are. They don't like to be pointed out how they are. The black woman has always been a threat to the white woman, even when we were in the fields picking cotton. If their husbands even bat an eye at us, we will get a broom in our heads for something that we didn't do, something that their husbands are doing, and we are the threat. I'm just trying to see. I'm just trying to tell y'all. Tokenism. Tokenism. What is tokenism, family? Tokenism is doing something only to show that you are following rules or doing what is expected or what seems to be fair, and not because you really believe it is the right thing to do. Did y'all hear me, family? Straighten your pearls, ladies. Straighten your pearls. Did y'all hear me, family? Tokenism is doing something only to show that you are following rules, such as you got to hire more women. You have to have 51% of your staff to be of color or minority status or whatever the case is. Doing something to show that you're following rules or doing what is expected, because the world is moving toward being racially ambiguous, being racially blind, allegedly, right? So we gotta make it seem like we're doing the good stuff, right? We gotta be on the right side of history. So we gotta hire these women of color, because women are, they're the movement right now, and women are making things happen right now. So we gotta go along with the plan till we get what we need, get our money up. So we're gonna go ahead and hire a female Asian Major League Baseball leader. We're going to put her in a position because this looks good, right? This is something that is expected, or doing something that seems fair, and not because you really believe it is the right thing to do. I'm trying to say, like somebody said, quotas met, right? Hello to you too, Shawnee. How you doing? Welcome to the family, right? Quotas met. Think about it. Think about the presidential campaign, the trail in 2016. Think about it. Biden, not 2016. Think about it in 2020, the last election was going on. Biden wasn't enough. Kamala wasn't enough, right? But they were just enough together. Why? Because black women always show up and vote. I'm not making this stuff up. I'm not making this stuff up. Y'all can go ahead and check the stats. Go ahead and check the voting stats. Right? But yeah, you see on this news thing that I show you, you have the lady laughing. She's chuckling. Oh, showing up in chucks and pearls. The fans, Kamala's fans. She thought it was funny. It wasn't a serious matter to her. The black woman has always been a threat to her. It's not a serious, she ain't taking it. So she's like, never gonna happen. It's funny for her. Right? This is not about the esteem, the self-esteem of black women. We have no problems in that area. We lead everything in this world. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be egocentric. Right? Somebody said the Bay Area elitist. That's exactly what she was. Look at the foolery. You can't even get in to see the inauguration. Why are they even there? There's gates everywhere. I guess they're just so emotional. Silly black women. Right? That's right, Maria. Maria says show up in chucks and pearls, but never demand an agenda for their vote. That's what we do. This is what we do. We're so emotional, right? You know why? Because it's not about our self-esteem as black women. We have a lot of self-esteem as Black women. I mean, Black women, we get it popping. Like we can, listen, we get it popping. They know we get it popping. We always have gotten it popping. We have been saving, and I'm not trying to be funny, fellas. So don't feel like I'm taking any shots, because I'm not taking any shots. Let's just call it as it is. And I'm not saying that the Black men haven't been helping us too on plantations, but you know, we have been helping a lot on them plantations. We get together, we start hemming and humming and singing and showing your things and hiding your food and feeding you, cleaning your scars and fixing your broken bones and healing you. We've been doing all that. We get it popping. We have a history of getting it popping. We take anything that's bland, because you know white America for the most part is a bland ass society. I ain't firing shots. I'm just telling it like it is. And we take something, we turn it around. You know, we like to always sing and dance. I ain't trying to be funny, but come on now, let's say it. If you're going to be on this channel, you know how we do over here. We always like to sing and dance. Look at all the little memes going on. We always like to pop and roll and all the stuff and, bust it. And we doing everything. We even got white people on social media doing a bust it challenge. No matter what we do, we come through and we influence. So it ain't nothing about our self-esteem. Hear me out when I say it, family. It's nothing about our self-esteem. You know what I see this as? I see it as our need as Black women. And I'm not saying all of us, but I'm saying that the things that I'm seeing when I'm watching all these interviews and I'm seeing these different Black women across different states on these news, some of them crying, some of them very passionate, some of them like, this means so much for my daughter, all this kind of stuff. What I see and what I hear is not about self-esteem. It's about the Black woman's need to see herself as respected, to see herself as powerful and approved by others. Catch that. Because I want y'all to see where I'm about to go with this, right? That's right, wet nursing. That's what we was doing, right? I want y'all to see where I'm going for this, because y'all can relate to that, right, Black women? Sisters, y'all can relate to that. It's about your need to feel respected, right? To be respected, powerful, and approved. That's the one that's going to hurt people's feelings. Approved by others, right? That's what it really is about. It's what it really is about. But let me tell you something that we need to also consider. This is what we also need to consider, that our need for acceptance, our need to be approved by others, our need to be respected, our need to be powerful actually renders us invisible. Y'all caught that? Y'all caught that? Somebody said, say it again. I'm going to say it again. This isn't about Black women's self-esteem. We got that in the bag. Even some of us that have fractured self-esteems, you ain't going to see it because we've been told to hold back. Don't cry. Don't show nobody they got the best of you, right? So even some of us got false self-esteems, but it still presents a certain way on the outside. But it's more about our need to see ourselves as respected. It's about our need to see ourselves as powerful, our need to get approval, for people to finally see who we are and what we bring to the table. That's what it's about. And that's what we want to say. We can all agree to that. Many of us are like, yep. And that's why they're so excited. When they see her as VP, she's VP, people. So is Pence. She's VP. No shade. I'm just telling y'all what like it is. I'm about to break it down. Don't worry, Maria. I'm about to break it down. But I need y'all to be able to, again, sit on those emotions. This is about critical thought. Sit on those emotions. Don't get in your bag. I want you to know our need for those things renders us invisible. After all these years, we're still fighting to be seen because we're still seeking approval from outside sources. We are still seeking approval from outside sources, and we're blind. We're blind. Nobody sees us. They don't see us. That's why no one else is on the news talking about Kamala like us. It's entertaining for them. Had it been Hillary, oh, come on now. Y'all ain't ready for this. Y'all not ready for this. Had it been Hillary, white women across the nation, white liberal women, had it been Hillary, Black women across the nation, because that's what we do. We uplift everybody. Everybody. Anything we want to see our hope in. Oh, well, she's not black, but she's a woman. Hey, we got to be excited. That's what we do. Look at me. Look at me. I'm a woman too. I'm a woman too. It ain't going to mean nothing for you. You don't see white women across the globe saying how excited they are for Kamala to be the VP. You don't see droves of white women with chucks and pearls. Symbolism is crazy. Crazy, family. Right? You don't see droves of white women coming out with chucks and pearls. No. And they not even paying us no damn mind. They laughing. They laughing. Laughing. That's right. Everybody but ourselves. Everybody except ourselves. Everybody except ourselves. Nobody's paying attention to the black woman. So I leave this to say this to you guys that, listen, our sense of completion, whether it's success, whether it's prosperity, whatever will complete you, whatever it is going to make you feel complete as a black woman, is not going to be found in our sorority. Y'all get too excited about these kind of stuff. Y'all get too excited about this stuff. It's not going to be found in our sorority, right? Our sense of completion is not going to be found in our success. It's not going to be found in our wealth. It's not going to be found in our fame. That's not where our sense of completion is coming from. And that's why we got to sit back and we have to really ask ourselves, why are we doing this? And what are we getting out of it? We just like to be happy. That's the problem. We always just want to be emotionally happy. But we don't want to sit down and critically think about these things. And critically think about what it means for us. And how would it help us? And will we be positioned, or will other people step on our goddamn heads and get their step up? Because they're going to use us to make all the noise, and then they're going to step right on our goddamn heads, pull up, and keep it moving. Ain't nobody going to pull back, turn around, and pull back up the black woman. No one's going to do it. The world will not embrace us, ladies. The world will not embrace us until we truly embrace ourselves. The world will not embrace us until we truly embrace ourselves in all of our natural beauty. Y'all think I'm playing? There was no joke. There was no. I know some of y'all going to get in your bag, ladies. Don't get in your bag. Trust me, I've been there. I've been there. Thank God I'm free. Thank God I'm not there anymore. This is not a shot to anybody. But there was no mistake why they showed that lady in all of the way her hair was. Ain't no mistake. It ain't no mistake. Because this is how they make fun of us. And we fall into this all the time. We fall into it. Until we truly embrace all of who we are, in all of our beauty, in all of our imperfections, in all of our flaws, in all of our skin tones, in all of our history. Some of us trying to erase our history. We don't want to be associated with black. We try to get ourselves as close to whiteness as possible, because if we get closer to whiteness, remember, white is a mindset. Remember what James Baldwin said, black is a condition. Nobody wants the black condition, and white is a mindset. The more we try to get closer to whiteness, we aim to erase our blackness. And if you're aiming to erase your blackness, how can you be seen? You will remain invisible. Every time we erase what is unique to us, we are invisible to others. And they only see us at a dollar sign, a number and a dollar sign. Thank you for that donation, family. Thank you for that donation. That's how they see us, a number and a dollar sign. Right? We have to embrace everything about us. Our hair, natural hair, our skin tone, our imperfections, our full lips, our juicy butts, our wide hips, the way in which we speak. Embrace our differences. If you want to be seen, if you want to be visible, the more you get closer to white, you erase your blackness and you're no longer visible. And you know, another thing we have to work on, family, is we got to really work on what we do. We recognize in other women, other Black women, we recognize the worth of other Black women by the symbols that she projects, her chucks and pearls. This is what we do. She's crazy. No wonder they was laughing. Oh, Black people. Oh, they love their fashion. They love their hair. They love. This is how they think of us. Let me ask you a question. Now, is that your hair? Is that your hair, or is those like extensions? Why do you think they ask us those questions? It's so unique. Can I touch it? Why do you think that happens? This is what we do. Thank you for that donation, Black Mama. They go Black Mama. Shout out to Black Mama. Black Mama, do you have a wrench? Shout out to Black Mama. Black Mama needs a wrench, baby. Black Mama always needs a wrench. Yes, she does. Black Mama is here. She's a continuous contributor on the station. She needs a wrench, damn it. Give that woman her wrench. Right? Thank you so much, Black Mama. I appreciate that, beloved. But that's what we do, ladies. This is what we do. We recognize in other women that look like us. We recognize by her worth by the symbols that she projects, right? Her chucks and her pearls, her hair, her skin tone, right? This is what we do. I get that all the time. The first, instead of just saying, you know, thank you, I love you so much, I look up to you. Some people says, you make me so proud, Dr. Shonna. And I'm not making fun. I'm really not. I understand it. But I know we need the healing past that. You make me so proud to be a dark girl. You're so beautiful. When I look at you, you're beautiful. And I'm learning to love myself. And every time I respond to somebody, I say, hey, beautiful. Even when I start session, hey, beautiful. Pick up the phone, hey, beautiful. Online, how you doing, beautiful? Because we are beautiful. But do we all believe it? And this is how we look at a woman and her worth. The way she looks, what's her beauty? What's her skin like? What's her hair like? Even the quality of her weave. This is how we judge other people. What's her teeth like? What kind of clothes she wears? Is she in name brands? This is what we do. What's her marital status? We put the married women on pedestals. And they could be getting their asses whooped or with the cheater or got STDs all up in their marriage, and we put them on pedestals. We got to stop doing this, family. We got to stop doing this, family. Right? Right? That's right. That's right. That's propaganda. That's propaganda, scrap 133. Right? Somebody said I got friends that check women's fingernails. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Those are all symbols and signs that you don't love yourself. That's what they are. Because if you're operating from intelligence and critical thought process, those things don't matter to you. Right? Self-hate. It's an easy answer, Ida. Self-hate. But why do we do this? Right? Look at Marie. Marie knows me personally. So true, right? I always say, hi, beautiful. Hi, Marie. Hi, beautiful. Yeah, that's me all the time, all day, every day, because we are beautiful. And until we recognize our beauty, until we recognize that we don't have to get approval from anybody else, until we recognize those things, we're always going to be invisible. Family, I love y'all. I love every last one of y'all. I'm so glad y'all showed up for Mental Health Fridays, and I hope y'all got the message. I hope y'all was able to follow through with the message and understand what's happening here. I know you guys are excited. Thank you for that donation, Anwar. Right? I know you guys are excited, and I'm not here to take away your excitement. You can go ahead and be excited. You can also go ahead and partake of all the symbolism if you want to, right? You can go ahead and do it. I am not taking that away from any one of you guys. I'm just asking you guys just to think. Just ask the critical questions of why and how. That's what I want y'all to do. I'm not taking anything away from you. But you have to start to determining, am I acting out of emotion or have I thought about this critically? Because don't wait until 3-4 years in and now you're mad that you ain't getting nothing out the deal. Don't wait until 3-4 months in and now you're mad because you feel like you're still in the same position and you're still being disrespected. If you ask for nothing, you get nothing. And that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Oh, thank you, Sadiku. I love you guys. I love every last one of you guys. Thank you so much for joining. Hey, family, I will see you guys all on Sunday. Woo! Y'all better be ready. Thank you for that donation. Tea time with Sugar Mama. Thank you for that donation. But I'm going to be here on Sunday, y'all, when I address the Black community. Y'all know we're about to go in. We're going to talk about that Black girl twerking on the Capitol. We're going to talk about the twerking video on the Capitol and so much more. We got to get it together, Black women. We got to get it to Black men. We're going to be talking about you too. I got some stuff on y'all too. So I'm addressing the Black community, both men, women, young adults, teens. I'm addressing all of us on Sunday. So I hope you guys will join me. Have a wonderful night. Love you all and be blessed.